Please work. Please work. Oh, I think it's working. I think it's working. Please work. Oh gosh, please work. I think it's working. Hello. Hello. Historically Fashion says I was waving like you could actually see me. Oh yeah, you can see me though. That's amazing, because I have I hopefully maybe for the peeps that were over on the other one, the sound sounds a bit better, because Elena mentioned that the fan had kicked in, so I've plugged the microphone in. As you can see, we've got a little LED light show going on here. So yeah, let me know if the sound sounds a little bit better. Let me tip that down. Can you hear me okay? Let me know. Is it better than it was? Is it any different? Is this microphone picking up? It's behind it, so fingers crossed it shouldn't be. Box says it sounds okay. Oh dear. Caroline says, please like the stream, peeps. Yes, that very much helps. If you wouldn't mind giving the little thumbs up, that would be wonderful. April says, good afternoon, peeps. Good afternoon. And Vox is laughing at historically fashioned the waving. Margaret is here. Good afternoon from sunny Minnesota. Good afternoon. Debbie is here. Hi. Vox says, sounds okay. Dorset Threads here. Hello. Hi, lovely. Laura says, right now it sounds good. Yannick says, sound is okay for me. Elena says, it's cracking. Oh, no. God, behave. Please behave. Con L Kent is here. Are we live? And not live like American TV is live. 5-second delay, just in case someone said something like butts. We are theoretically. Caroline says yes, it's picking up. It does sound different, but that's not bad. Can you hear the little mini lawnmower, like Robin said? That's what I want to know. April says we can hear you nicely. Awesome. Debbie says it's settled down now. And Vox says, I like that the mic changes colours. I know, isn't it pretty? It was a completely incidental thing, but it's so pretty. I think it's really cute, because usually I have this up on the cutting table where you are now, and then I'll have the mic down here. And so you can't see it, but I currently obviously have the table away, so I've just got my dressing gown on my lap, which means the microphone has to go there. Yeah. Nimue says, I can hear you fine and can't hear the fan. The little crackling is less disturbing. Oh, that's good. Awesome, because I appreciate the quality of the lives recently has just been really bad. And I think it's aging equipment, which fingers crossed next year I can change when my eyesight matures. Touch wood. But yeah, I think it's aging equipment. Okay, why are you crackling? You're plugged in. You shouldn't be crackling. Stop it. Historically fashioned waves is waving at Vox. And Robin's here says, how bizarre. This hangout came straight on the telly with no bother. Fabulous picture and sound. For some reason, my telly doesn't like Patreon. Haha, weird. Monique says, you look like an online radio announcer. I do, don't I? And Laura says, no fan noises, but there is some crackling at times. Okay, I will watch this back and see how it sounds, because I think it's going to be better than the previous one, which was with the background fan noise. It was fine until the fan started, but the fan starts when the CPU gets hot, and that does a lot of work when we do lives, because it's got a lot of data to stream. So yeah. Fox says, welcome to Peeps Radio. But yeah, it does look a bit weird, doesn't it? But hopefully it sounds better. So, and it's not causing the live stream to crash, so that's good. Nimue says, I'm being called to dinner, so I hope I'll catch you later. Enjoy your dinner. We're gonna be going until 7, because we need to get off so that Andrea not that she waits or knows about this live stream, but just, you know, I know lots of people like to watch Andrea and all the pretty fabrics. So we will be finishing just before 7. So, yes. Robin says, haha, no mini lawnmowers here. This is good. This is definitely good. So, yeah, it's been a very admin heavy week this week, which has been good. It's all loads of stuff that I've been putting off or procrastinating on. And so having other things that I'm procrastinating on more has meant that those things have been done, which is awesome. So I've made like the annoying phone calls and you know, that sort of stuff, and got loads and loads of admin done in the background for the retreat, which is awesome. So I should be back to actual physically sewing next week, which I am really looking forward to because I haven't done a lot of sewing this year. I think I'm actually up to like 8 things sewn, which is not a lot for me. I have my handy notebook. I've definitely bought more fabric than I've sewn. That is for sure. For sure. Keep thinking it's emails for me to say that I've gone live, but it's not. How many things have I made? 7. Oh dear. I've given myself space for 100 things. I didn't think I would actually sew 100 things because I haven't done that in a while, but I do want to do t-shirt. I'm not going to say t-shirt work. I do want to do my t-shirt project this year, which will end up with me making like 20 to 30 t-shirts. So that's why I went for a larger amount of things or spaces to write down everything that I've made, because yeah, I thought possibly there's going to be more things made, but no, and one of them was for Mum. So I've made 6 things for myself so far this year. 2 of which, one was a hem leveling because the dress was finished in December, and then the other one, it was sewing the dress together. But you've seen both of those. So whoopsie. Lisa, I think you've seen the goldfish dress. I think you saw it in one of the waffles. So yes, I've not done a lot of sewing so far this year. But that will change. I've got lots of bags to make. And I've got lots of projects that I want to do. Like I've got this giant pile here. See these ones, these 2 fabrics, which you can just see here, are going to make loads of projects because I've got 3 meters of this one, and I think I've got 5 meters of the seafoam one. And I want to get some navy. I was saying to the Patreon peeps just before, I want to get some navy and do the Rigel bomber jacket with this hot pink ribbing, which this is navy. It's definitely navy. Yeah, I'm holding it up to the legs of the tripod, which is definitely black, and it's navy. So I'm going to do a Rigel bomber jacket with some of that and some of the seafoam there, this, and then I'm going to get some French navy or some dark navy French terry from Pound Fabrics. I'm going to get a bunch of, I think I'm getting like 5 or 6 colors. Definitely getting ivory, yellow, orange, navy, and purple for the collection that you guys saw at the beginning of this week. And then I think I've also got in some teal and pink in there. Because I want to do a bunch of, I basically want to repeat what I did last year, but in colors that I will actually enjoy wearing and make me feel like, rather than the brown, which made me feel very like, so yeah. Where do we get to? Robin says, haha, no mini lawnmowers here. I'm sure I've read that one. Historically Fashion says, procrastinating the procrastination. I'm great at that. Yep. That's why I have like this master to-do list, and then like I have like a master to-do list, monthly to-do lists, and weekly to-do lists. And I find that works really well for me because I think somebody else was saying you can, like the eating of the frogs thing. Sometimes you have to do the really annoying things first, and sometimes you want to leave those till last. But having it all written down means that it doesn't go round and round and round in my brain, which I need. And also that I can pick and choose from which list things get done. And when I'm not feeling one particular activity, I can go to something else and do something else. And especially recently, like I say, I've just had no motivation for sewing whatsoever. So having all this admin stuff that I've been putting off has actually been really good, because that's the sort of thing that I actually am not wanting to do, but am finding that I'm actually doing. So yeah. Cornell Gent says T minus 5 months. If we bypass the island, I'll have to work on pretzel logistics, but it will be happening. So Cornell Kent is married to the very lovely Erica from Lavender and Twine, and they are coming over in 5 months, and we are going on a massive road trip up to Scotland, to the Scottish Highlands, and they were really kindly going to fly into London, pick up the camper van, drive down to the Isle of Wight and pick me up for one night, and then go back up to Scotland. And I love you guys for that. It's very kind of you, but my goodness, it's going to cost you something like 250 quid for the ferry alone for one night. So yes, we shall take that money and we shall put it into making bags in Edinburgh or something like that. But yeah, I'm so excited, and Robin's coming too, and it's the Rolling House of Cheese. So yeah, can't wait. So excited. But yes, we need to so he has offered to make pretzels, which I'm excited about. He's going to make them from scratch in Mum and Dad's kitchen, and that's obviously not going to happen. But I've also promised to come visit you, so it might end up being that like pretzels have to wait until I come visit you, or you bring a batch that you've pre-made. I don't know if you can do that, though. It's going to be interesting. We will work it out. It will be fine. But I'm really looking forward to it. Monique says, I haven't dared look at Lady McElroy lately. Any new colours of Cobra or Anaconda? I haven't looked for a while either. They've brought out some new prints, but I haven't seen any new colorways of either sneaky print. I need to poke them actually, because they definitely said they were going to be bringing out Anaconda Anthesis on the Riccardi lawn sometime soon. So I need to poke them and remind them about that. Yes. Robin says, I have a mini celebration. The director told me about his next production, saying it's right up my street. An ensemble cast, a murder mystery set in the 1960s. It's mine to costume if I want it. That's amazing. That's so cool. Yay. Cornell Kent says, I'll be turning 40 on the plane. Is it going to be your birthday on the day you fly? Oh, that's cool. Will you be able to? Are you crossing timelines? Will you be able to celebrate twice, or are you shortening your birthday? I think you will be shortening your birthday. Yeah, you'll be shortening your birthday, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. You could be making it twice as long. I don't know. I'm not good at time. We have established this. Robin says the Rolling House of Cheese countdown has begun. I'm so excited. Joker Clee says, morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late, but I'm still recovering from this week. Lol. Yes, no, I don't blame you. The pair says, hello. Fun catching one of your lives again. Hi. Unique says, I'm actively avoiding their website since my splurge during the 50% off sale in December. Yeah. Joker Clee says, cheese. And howdy to Unique. Nice. Yes, I have so much Lady McElroy fabric that I'm just like, I need to behave. Oh, I can't lean too far away, can I? I need to behave, and I need to, I mean, realistically, I'm not supposed to be buying any fabric for another couple of months. But I have bought a lot of fabric. I've got to put the dates into these ones. But I have given myself 2 pages for fabric this year. So I was expecting to buy a lot of fabric, and my pound fabric order is currently the basket is £180. The yellow viscose offer is back in stock. I saw this morning if anybody was interested, because I know somebody said that they that they'd seen words are hard, that they'd seen that it was out of stock. I think somebody else took them up on the offer. So yes, the yellow £1 viscose is back, and they've got a couple of other colours. I think it might just be black and white on their other like coloured listing, but yeah. Let's see. Where did I get to read the chat? Vox says, talking about fabric, I made the mistake of opening the Liberty Fabric website for the first time, fell in love with very expensive fabric. I will gift it to myself maybe for Christmas. Yeah, it's dangerous on there. It is dangerous. I'm really, as you guys know, much prefer a very large print to a small ditzy print, and a lot of the Liberty fabrics, when you see like the zoomed out actual scale of the print, they tend to be quite small, and whilst I love the actual details of it, I don't like how small they are, so I admire them and pass by. But you know, I've got a thing for the Carline. I've got the purple one there, and then the mini red one just up there as well. Yeah, and then there's a couple of other prints that I absolutely fall in love with. One of them is, I made a wedding dress for a lady out of it. It's Tresco. That one's gorgeous. So yeah, Liberty is dangerous to be on, and especially then you fall into the silks or the velvets, and it's just like, I need it, and I really don't. But yeah. I love the dress that you've been making, the one that you made the self-covered buttons for, Vox, and I loved the oh god, words are hard. The style lines of it, they're very pretty. Yannick says, howdy to Jogacles. The pair says, I have survived 3 months of no buy. I am impressed. That is very impressive. I've realized that no buy doesn't work for me. I tend to end up like not buying something for say 6 weeks, and then I just go on a massive splurge. So I'm trying to now be very conscious of the things that I'm buying. Like I say, my pound fabric order is 180 quid. But there are like 5-6 colors of French terry in there in different lengths, and their French terry is £9.50 a meter. And then there's a couple of viscoses. There's another 10 meters of the yellow viscose, because again, I think this is lovely and it will work really well for linings for lots of these. And I like this so much that I don't want to use it as a lining, so I want some lining for these ones here. And then what else have I got in there? Oh, I've got another meter of the butterfly fabric that I made my book tote bag out of, which is not remotely going to be it's there, it's like right there, but you can't really see it. But they've got that tapestry. So the sewing club class that I taught on Monday, 2 of the ladies had a book tote's worth out of it. So I had 1.5 meters, and there's about 70 centimeters left. And I know I want to make 2 more bags with it. I want to make a laptop sleeve and like a handbag out of it. So I've got like a matching set, because I might even make like a travel bag out of it. That would be pretty. So yeah, I've got quite a lot on my pound fabrics order to make it up to 180 quid. But yeah. Yes. Let's see. So yes, the fabric buying bans, I tend to just like bookmark everything that I want and then go back and buy it afterwards. So I've kind of given myself like a budget, and I'm not going to go over that budget this year. And I am going to achieve that by sticking to the budget somewhat, although I'm already over by about 100 quid. And I'm going to claw that back by selling some fabric. And Caroline bought some from me, and I'm just getting that to the post office for her tomorrow. So yeah. I need to try and behave a bit, but an entire ban just makes me want to shop more. But I'm very impressed that you've managed to do 3 months. That's very, very clever. Vox says, I wish I could still buy fabric from the UK as before. And Yannick says, Liberty Floral Eve is one of my dream fabrics, but the price, I know. When I bought mine, it was £22.50 a meter, and it's like £29 now or something like that, isn't it? It's just mad. I really want the yellow Carline. It's so pretty. Vox says the customs taxes, yeah, not good. I still need to send you that pattern I haven't forgotten. I squirreled it away. I will get to it. Joker Clee says, I haven't ordered fabric now since my better half and I hit the sales in Fabric Land last year. What I need to get now are a bunch of short separating zippers for various projects. I love the Zipper Stop, but that is a UK company, so I'm not sure that's going to be overly helpful for Canada, but my favourite. The pair says, just wondering if I'm supposed to not buy something for my birthday. I wish I could get my hands on some of the snake print ones that you have in so many colours. Yeah, I do love the snake. Yeah, and I think for your birthday, you should treat yourself 100%. Yeah. Robin says, nobody buy any yellow pound fabric until after the retreat. Haha, I will be keeping an eye on all of you. Eleanor says, you've been naughty and ordering all the fabric. Don't know what you mean. Box says, does anyone have a press machine for fabric covered buttons that you recommend? I don't, but if you find one that you like, let me know, because I'm really tempted. Especially, I think what I would do is I'd start with the tiny, like 11mm die, because they're the ones that I just hate doing by hand. So if I could have a press for those, I would love to. But yeah, keep me posted if you find one. And Debbie says to Robin, oops, got some on the way. We'll have to message them and just say, all this yellow fabric that's leaving you, you must save some for Robin. Laura says, I've been hitting the Joanne closing sales pretty hard, even though the sales haven't been that great. Just bought fabric from Minerva today for a charm boardwalk dress with a 3/4 skirt. Ooh, nice. And yeah, I did the same way. My, it's not remotely comparable, but my local fabric store Rainbow's closed. And Mum and I kind of went in a couple of times, and the discounts got progressively kind of just like, please take the stuff. But it was really funny because on Sunday at the craft fair, this lady was there with her husband, and we were chatting, and I was like, I know you. I was like, do you go to the like Festival of Quilts or anything? She's like, no, I rarely leave the island. And then someone said my name, and she was like, oh my God, it's you. And I was like, okay, so you recognize me too, but where from? And it was the couple that used to own Rainbow's fabric in Ventnor. And I was just like, oh my gosh, hi, hello. And it was lovely to see them. And they retired, and they did try and sell it as a going concern, but nobody wanted to buy it. So they just sort of like sold up all the stock. But yeah, I did the same sort of thing. Laura went in, and that's where my giant stash of self-cover buttons has come from. And I've got a lot of trim and some fabrics as well. So yeah. Con L. Kent says, I wonder how many people get the House of Cheese reference, but then I'm an honorary tater. That'll throw them for a loop. Yes, you're an honorary potato peep, and the House of Cheese, for any Friends enthusiasts out there, Monica's soulmate, but she doesn't believe him. Monique says, being that I'm Dutch, I'm all about the cheese, lol. Cheese. The pair says, I'm only going to buy some fabric at the end of my travels. I miss my sewing room and machine. Ooh, where are you traveling at the moment? Unique says, in the US, it's $39 per meter. Ouch. That is expensive. Yeah, and I mean, when I bought my Liberty Carline, the blue colorway, I bought 5 meters of it, and I've got a dress and a shirt out of it, and I have kept every single tiny little scrap because there is absolutely no way any of that's getting put to waste. I might even make a shoulder dragon out of it. That was the other thing I had on my list for this week, was cut out a shoulder dragon, because I happen to know that somebody particularly wants a turquoisey blue colored shoulder dragon, and I did say I was going to be putting them up occasionally on the shop for sale, not for sale, for adoption. I might even start naming them. I could get really like over the top with this, couldn't I? Yes. You might have to vote on the name of the new shoulder dragon. Although would the adopter like to name their shoulder dragon? Probably would, wouldn't they? Yes, maybe I shouldn't do that. But that was the idea. I wanted to get one of those cut out today as well, because I've got not one of those cut out this week. And yes, one of those, maybe 2. We shall see. Robin says, Debbie, that's just so mean. And Elena says, don't worry, you're not alone in that misbehaving. And Debbie says, sorry, Robin. Joker Clee says, I must be old because House of Cheese took me to Monty Python, not Friends. Oh, really? I'm trying to think of the Monty Python reference, and it's in there, and it's scratching at the door, but it's just like, it's not coming. House of Cheese. But yes, no, it's the Friends and the Chef reference. Oh, I've missed out, Monique. My quilting guild is trying to convince me to enter a fashion upcycling competition called the Art of Adornment. Ooh. Do you like the idea of entering competition? Because I think Mum's decided that she doesn't want to enter one of her quilts into competition because she just doesn't like the thought of being judged. And I don't blame her. I don't like that either. So yeah. Yes. Joker Clee says, yeah, if you want good silk here in Canada, you're immediately looking at $75 to $125 per yard. Wow. Robin says, but you're not really though, are you, Debbie? She's not at all. Cornell Kent says, sound cut out for a second, pretty sure it's my end. And the dragon reference made me think that our new cat is named after a dragon, Andana. Andana Urim. She's Andana Urim's scorpion tail, isn't she? No, dagger tail. I beg your pardon. The pair says, Nepal, and I wish I can get my hands on some really nice fabric at the end. I have some traditional fabrics in mind and natural materials. Sorry for my typos. No, don't worry about that. That's part of the course. I'm glad I don't have to type. If I had to type, we'd be here a lot longer. But yeah, Mum and I do the same thing. Whenever we go somewhere, we always buy fabric as our souvenir to remember the place by. So I love that. Joker Clee says, good quality linen is the same price range too. Ouch. Ouch. Monique says, my thoughts are to make one or both a jacket from Coffee Bean Sacks and a skirt from a Starbucks coffee cards. Oh, that sounds really cool. That sounds really cool. I like that. You've made me like tangentially, my brain has just gone. Has anyone read Suzanne Collins' new book, Sunrise on the Reaping? Hamish wears flour sacks as his shorts, and he ends up with property of the capital stamped on his ass. My gosh. If you're I don't think I'm going to spoiler anything by saying that I think this is the most harrowing of her Hunger Games books. And there is absolutely no way that she'd been able to release this book first. Absolutely no way. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, I finished the book. I was listening to it on Audible, and I hadn't even realized it was coming out. So I bought it the day it came out and listened to it the day it came out. And Mum was out for dinner, and Dad had called me, and I'd had like 20 seconds left of the epilogue at the end of the book to listen to because it's audiobooks. And so I listened to it and went up for dinner and walked into the kitchen, and Dad's like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, no. He's like, oh my God, what's wrong? I was like, I've just finished a book and it was amazing. Literally sobbing. I was crying my little eyes out because, oh my goodness. Like, I know it's young adult, but my God. So yeah, if anyone's a Suzanne Collins fan, Hunger Games trilogy, the new one, Sunrise on the Reaping, if you've not read it yet, definitely worth a read. It's amazing. Do not read it first. Don't read that one first. Read the Hunger Games trilogy first, then the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and then Sunrise on the Reaping. Yeah, I think if you read them in chronological order, you would cry a lot. You might not get past the second book. But yeah, they're really good. Really, really good. I enjoyed those. And then I am now back on my final Robin Hobb. I think it's Assassin's Fate. Where is it? Don't drop my phone again. Yeah, Assassin's Fate by Robin Hobb. So I'm on that one, which I am loving. I love Robin Hobb, and I'm kind of trying to. I hadn't realised that the Assassins trilogy had been written. I thought she'd finished it off with the Dragon Keeper quadrology. I think that's right. And yeah, I'm glad that I hadn't known, because it means that the trilogy is ready and for me to listen to all in one go. And the first 2 books I got through, they're like 45 hours long. Yeah, there's like 40. Yeah, they're about 45 hours long. So they're big books. But the first 2 I got through in like 3 days each. And then this one, I'm trying to eke it out, because I have a horrible, horrible feeling that she's going to be finished with these characters at the end of this one. She'd left everybody in, like, not the perfect place, but a good place. There was nice resolution to the characters at the end of the Dragon Keeper books, and I was happy with everybody. And now she's playing with them again. Like, stop it. So, yeah. Monique says, I have a yo-yo quilt that husband's granny started making in 1938 while pregnant with his mum. It's made from 1930s flour and sugar sacks. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Elena says, did you hit the mic? It sounded like you popped some champagne. I think it was actually just my thing that I do, which I do edit out of the proper videos, because my brother pointed out that it's really annoying. But I think I could well have hit it as well, because I was gesticulating wildly. But yeah, sorry. At least you can't hear the fan, because that's still going. It's been going for a good 45 minutes now, so at least you can't hear that. So there is that. But yes, I haven't really got much to report. I think most of you guys have seen these projects. I think it's a Sorrento jacket. I love the color. I hate the fabric, so I'm on the lookout for new denim. And I found some orange denim that I like today, and I was just like, I need to order a sample of it though, because I don't want it to be really super stiff like this one. But yeah, I don't like the stiffness of that fabric, and I've made a skirt and a jacket out of it now, and I don't like either of them, so both of those are going to go. But I do want the piece just in a fabric that I like. So yeah. Elena says it was a fun sound effect, and Laura says that's a brother for you. Did I mention? Did I mention? Oh dear, my tiny little brain is not retaining information at the moment at all. It's like in one ear and out the other. Sorry, I'm having to try and sit up straight as well, because I feel myself curling over. Monique says, did you say orange denim? I did. It was kind of like that orange with a nice slubby texture to it. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Not that I need to buy any more fabric, because as you can see, I have a giant collection. I really don't need any more fabric. But I want it. Jenny had commented on the video that went up on Monday, just saying that the petal viscose that I've got, she really likes it too, and she's got it in a number of colors. And she said that one of them was orange, and I was just like, it comes in orange, because she's also got the ochre yellow one, which I really like. Let's unwind this. I was just like, oh, I need it. And then I was just like, it's a really old fabric and they probably don't have any more of it. And she looked for me and she was like, yeah, they don't have it in the lengths that you tend to buy. And it's like, oh, that's good. That's good. Right. I think I've excited Monique. So let's have a look. Monique says, did you say orange denim? Where? Dave on a Rave says, hey, Sean. Hey, crew. Happy summer. Hello. Let's see. So fabrics. Let's go. Just all of it. I swear it was in here. And then will you let me sort by colour? You will? That's good of you. Let's see. Hopefully I haven't been making this up. Hopefully I wasn't fibbing. And I didn't just imagine something that I wished. Oh, sorry. I know this is not what we were discussing. But how awesome is that? It's a tencel rayon. It's not my type of fabric at all, and I think it's not the right colours for me, but I love it. Oh, I know I'm weird. It's £28 a metre as well. It's an ex-designer. Maybe that's why. I love it. Okay, come on. I know I saw. It's not letting me search for just orange. It's going through orange, red, and something else. Orange, red, and rust. Let me see. Can I find this? Because I know I saw it. I know I saw it. I didn't imagine it. Did I imagine it? Have I made this up? Quite possibly. And it may have even been... Ah, here we go. Oh, I don't know if it's actually denim. Hang on. Trousering fabric. Oh, it's 70% polyester, 24% cotton, and 6% viscose. Oh, it's really nice. I was like, ooh, I want that. Yeah, it is close to the thing over there, but yeah. Right. Joker Lee says, howdy, Dave. And Dave and Rave says, how all? It looks creative. Oh, the bicycles. I like that. Historically Fashion says, that's cool. Not my colours either, but it sure is interesting. Yeah, I don't like, that's not usually my cup of tea at all, but I was scrolling through. I don't know if it's because it's ex-design or if it was the price or what, but I was just like, ooh, I like that. David Rave says, curious, interesting stuff. Caroline says, you'd hate the hand of it. And Monique says, ew to polyester. Yeah. No, I didn't realize it was polyester because I search under viscose and it's like, yeah, there's 6% viscose in here. I'm like, boo. But if I find some orange denim, I will let you know. Have you checked? You're gonna hate me. You're just gonna be like, no, Sean, stop it. Stop it now. No, I'm already on your thing. Oh, okay. Okay. No, they don't have orange in that one, but they do have orange here. Can I find orange? Tangerine. It's their organic linen viscose chambray. So it's 55% linen, 45% viscose, £17 per meter. So it's not denim. Look at the crack on my phone. I just did that. I'm stupid. So Sherwood Fabrics. I swear they've got a denim. Well, I don't know why they've got their shop by orange. Yes, there we go. No, they haven't got like a denim. They've only got their linen chambres, which is very nice, and I have it, but yeah. David Rove says polyester, freezing privates in the winter, sweaty in the summer, attracts dust, is totally wonderful otherwise. Yeah, I wish they'd stop doing such pretty prints on it, because there's so many prints that I've seen recently. I'm like, oh, so beautiful. And then I look and it's like polyester, and I'm like, not a chance, not a chance. But when I was looking through Croft Mill fabrics, I also found a bunch of Ponte Roma, which was 100% viscose, or 90 something percent viscose, because it's got some elastane in there as well, because it is a stretch fabric. So I was just like, oh, well, I mean, you can weave it. So, but yes, there was so much higher viscose content Ponte over there, and I'm just like, ooh, do I need that? And the answer is probably not, but yeah, might get some. But yes, I have been doing way more fabric shopping than I have been doing anything else recently. Sorry, a couple of messages. I will share those with Mum. Thank you for sending them. Words are hard. What was I saying? Yes, I've been doing a lot more fabric shopping than I have anything else recently. And I did show the Patreon hangout, but would you guys like to see some fabric, the latest editions? Because I have bought some. So you've already seen the ribbing, I think, which I really like and goes really well with those ones. So I'm excited about that. And then this was the one that started it all. I was on Lamazi and they had some of this, and I watched it go from 11 meters to 5 meters, and then I pressed the purchase button. So yes, I have 5 meters of this, which was what started the whole thing, and I just absolutely love it. If it didn't have the green in it, it would be perfect for the new collection, but it does have the green in it. So I think that one's going to go in with the citrus collection, because that's going to tie in really nicely, as is this one. This is a viscose satin from Lamazi. Again, they've got loads of this left. I bought the last of that, but they have got loads of this left, and it is absolutely stunning, and I just love it. Look how pretty. So yeah, this was my birthday present from Mum and Dad. So technically, I don't think this should class on my fabrics I've bought. I've written it down and logged it, but I'm going to put it in as present, so I won't log the total onto my total of monies that I've spent, because it was a present from Mum and Dad. So yes. Right, where did I get to? Laura says, my disdain for polyester is how I started on my sewing journey. Yeah. David Rove says, I hate that. Sean, you ever shopped at Shoe Zone? I found some cool shoes and trainers in there, but rubbish quality that make your feet stink and crumble apart. Annoying as they look great. Oh, no. No, I am a regular choice girly, and Next boots, All Saints boots, and Next ballet flats. That's basically where I buy all my shoes. And I might have accidentally completed a set of shoes for the new collection, the cream or the ivory, navy, purple, orange, and yellow collection. The irregular choice nick of time shoes, or just in time shoes, and some of my favorites. They're the ones that you guys see me wear regularly. And I bought myself some of the orange ones for my birthday a couple of years ago, and I accidentally stumbled upon, I already have the yellow ones, and I accidentally stumbled upon somebody selling the purple ones for £15 and the navy ones for £27. So the only ones I haven't got are ivory, and I might have all of those that are available linked, favorited on the old Vinted app. So I might have accidentally got myself like the same pair of shoes in every color of that collection. It wasn't on purpose. Ideally I want the entire rainbow of those shoes, because I love the idea of having a matching pair of shoes for every outfit, and I love those shoes and the little bow and the really chunky heel, and I find them very comfy. But Whoops. But yeah, no, Irregular Choice, All Saints, and Next are the only places I shop for shoes. So, yeah. Oh no. I've just seen Monique says, found some orange denim on Etsy. It's from Portugal. Oh, if it's bright orange, I might need some. Oh dear. I will have a look. Where did I get to? I missed a little bit. Oh, yeah, here we go. Monique also says, maybe I'll have to do a dyeing session at the Guild. I can get a bolt of white denim. Ooh, yeah, that would be fun. David Rave says, Clark's more durable. Unique says, yes, please, for fabric, looking at fabric. And then Joker Clee says, ooh, that Lamazi fabric has late summer vibes for me, and I like it. Lol. And Nimue says, hello, I'm back in deja vu because I did show the Patreon peeps these last hour. And she's come, Nimue went and had dinner, and she's come back and she's like, I've just seen those. I know I've seen those. David Rave says, I had a friend in college who'd regularly wear swimming costumes as shirts. Interesting. Joker Clee says, hi to Nimue. And David Rave says, with jeans and a cardigan wasn't noticeable. Jeans and a cardigan wasn't noticeable. Just looked like a shirt. So like a bodysuit. But it's a swimsuit, so it doesn't have the convenient press studs. I really want to make myself some bodysuits. Maybe that's something I also need to pull my finger out and get done. I've got so many things I want to get done. I'm getting decision paralysis, and then I do nothing, and I end up having sewn 7 things in 3 months. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's totally fine. It's not a competition to make the most things. I know this. Oh no, Monique sent the link in the Facebook messaging group for the orange denim that's in Portugal. Stop it. Stop it. Elena says it belongs to your gift list. Ooh. Did I miss a previous comment? Am I being dim? Quite possibly being very dim. The fabric, it belongs in my gift list. Yes. I want to know what it is because it is fabric that I've bought with somebody else's money for myself for my birthday. But it is fabric that's come in. And I was saying to the Patreon peeps on Wednesday, I think my goal for the year is to sew up more fabric than I buy. Having just said that, I've got something like 30 meters that I want to buy from Pound Fabrics. Oh, yeah. But a lot of that is knits. And I've got loads of knit projects that I want to try as well. I spent part of this week printing out all of my PDF covers for my patterns because Deb from Me Made Makes said that when she interviewed me on her channel. She's like, yeah, I just have all my, like the front page of all my patterns, bag patterns, in a binder so that I can flick through them. And I'm like, that's a genius idea. So I've done it for my bags, my lingerie, and my sewing patterns. And I got halfway through the Gertie ones and left those till last. And I ran my printer ink out. So new printer ink has arrived. So I need to finish that. And that's going to be next week's video. So I'm going to completely credit Deb because it was completely her idea. But I just thought like a how to store and organize your PDF patterns. And I'll show you how I do it because I've done it before for like the actual storage of things, but like the management of them, that's the bit that always like threw me. And when I printed it off, all these front pages of all these patterns, like the line drawings and the photos of the made items, I've got so many knit tops that I really want to try. And I know I make the Sheridan sweater and the Rigel bomber jacket all the time. So there's like these other ones. Some of them are from Grasser patterns as well, and they're really funky and I want to give them a go. So I want to try and get some, as I say, less expensive fabric from Pound Fabrics to try a bunch of them out with. So yes. But no, that's my goal for the year, is to sew more meterage than I buy, which I'm not sure if the rate I'm going is going to be possible, but we will see. Luminaria says, good afternoon from sunny Wisconsin. Sean and Peeps. Hello, lovely. How are you? Joker Clee says, you folks still chopping trees down there, Lumi, or is the season done? Historically Fashion says, I'm an American Duchess girl. My collection has gotten out of hand. If I could afford it, I would be too. Yes, Dad? I will be up in a little bit once I finish the hangout. Okay. Thank you. Alexa, hang up. Sorry if anyone else's Alexas went off then. Yeah, I would love American Duchess shoes. I can imagine that getting very out of hand very quickly once I'd worked out what size I wanted, because they've got some absolutely gorgeous shoes. The Marilyn pumps, I want them in every colour. And there's some of the ivory lace-up ones that are just so pretty. Yeah. And the Bernadette ones. And the Carolina ones. There's some really pretty ones in there. I want them all. Dave on a Rave says, saying all this in response to Sean's frustration of liking pattern design but not the material. My friend loved the design on her swimsuit, so got creative and wore it as part of an everyday outfit. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, clothes are there to make you happy, and I have let external opinions on my style influence me recently and upset me in a way that was just like, oh, maybe I do look frumpy and I shouldn't be wearing the things I'm wearing. But then I saw something recently. It was a influencer trip or event that had been organized by, I think it was a beauty brand of some kind or another, and a fairly kind of high-end one. And one of the influencers who went took a video of all of the other people there, and it was hilarious because pretty much every single girl that had turned up was wearing a white t-shirt, light wash blue jeans, white trainers, and a beige raincoat. And it was variations on a theme, but it was this cookie cutter. There was about 20 of them that she videoed that were basically wearing the same thing. Like, I would have stuck out like a sore thumb, but I can't imagine wearing that. And yeah, it was just, oh, no. And so my point is, sorry, I'm going off on tangents again, which the brain is wanting to do at the moment. But my point is that clothing is meant to work for you. So however, or if you find something that you love, but it's the wrong thing, like a swimsuit, for example, if you love the print, why not make it? Why not wear it? Like you say, like, why not? I mean, bathroom is slightly more problematic, but other than that, like, sure, why not? Yes. Robin says, so excited to be able to sew for myself again, thoroughly overexcited. In fact, going to cut out my gala dress inspired by Gary Oldman. Lol. Exciting. I can't wait to see it. I've got something tickling my foot as a stray thread. Monique says, read that one. Robin says, M&S do brilliantly comfy ballet flats too. Ooh, good to know. I don't spend a lot of money on my ballet flats because I tend to batter them. They get literally worn through, like literal holes worn in them. Monique says, sent the link in the Facebook message. Thank you. Jokingly says, about all I get for shoes these days are Dr. Scholl's slip-ons. Otherwise, it's a good work boot or a set of Boulay cowboy boots if I'm dressing up for something. Ooh, fancy. There was a cowboy boot shop on Kings Road where I used to live. It was just around the corner from my house, and it was called Our Souls. And they used to do the most amazing cowboy boots in there. I don't know if it's still there. I'm sure it's famous because of the name and stuff. But yeah, it was just wall-to-wall cowboy boots. I went in a couple of times, but I never bought anything from there, and I always regret it. But that was my first house in London. It was literally around the corner from Kings Road. Dave Narrow says, yeah, same idea. A bodysuit, I guess, but different material. But if it's a pretty print. Caroline says, shame it wasn't a month ago when Sylvia and James were over there. Yes, they could have smuggled it home for us. We could have sent it over to Monique. Luminaria says, decision paralysis equals roll the dice for initiative. Lol. I like that. I do like that. I really want a set of D&D dice because there are some beautiful ones. And I want one of those dice rolling towers with the dragon wrapped around it, the 3D printed ones, because, oh my gosh, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons and I really want to, but I don't know anybody that runs a game close to me. I know, Robin, if I win the lottery, I'm buying up basically the entirety of Shanklin Seafront, and we're turning one of them into a Dungeons and Dragons bar stroke cafe that her husband's going to run, which I'm so excited about. But yeah, I really want the dice. I want the gear. All the gear and no idea. But yes, roll for initiative. Definitely. Elena says, sewing more fabric than you buy or more than you get in total. I want to sew more meterage than I purchase. So I want more meterage out than in. I at the very least, I want it to be net neutral. I don't want more. I don't want to have added to this. Wish me luck. Especially as I plan on making a bunch of tops and things. It's sew a blouse for April month as well. There's some amazing sponsors on that challenge. But yeah, when words are hard. What was I saying? The brain has completely lost that train of thought. Where was I in the chat? Yeah, all the gear, no idea for Dungeons and Dragons, and then I want to sew more meterage than I bring in, but I've also made a resolution that I'm not buying the short lengths of fabric, even if I love the print. If they haven't got the 5 meters that I usually buy and want, I'm not buying it, because I have an entire cubby hole here. This entire cubby hole is all blouse lengths of fabric, and I can't keep adding to that. So yeah, I'm buying longer lengths of fabric this year as well. But I am also trying to stick to the budget. Oh, who are we kidding? I'll have spent way over the budget. But I am destashing fabrics, because Caroline, very lovely Caroline, bought some off of me, which I'm sending out tomorrow. So that money gets added to the. So currently my budget is £1,250 for the year. It was 1,200 and it's now 1,250. So yes, I can destash. That makes sense in my head. We're nearly at the end of the hour. So let me catch up with the chat and stop waffling, and then we will go from there. So Joker Cleve says, my roles usually equal critical failure, eat chocolate and binge watch NCIS, lol. Nice. Elena says to Joker Cleese, why that routine sounds so extra familiar. Nice. Cornell Kent says, just planting one last seed. My current baking obsession is Hawaiian style banana bread. Are there any tree nut allergies amongst the potato peeps? No, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. And no nut allergies at all. David Arave says, so we should dress to please ourselves, not others. Then we'll feel better then we'll feel in a better place to help and please others with what actually matters. Yes, exactly. So well put. Much better put than I did. Caroline says, I've been boho since the somethings. It's if they don't like it, tough. Yes. Is that since the aughts? If they don't like it, tough. I mean, exactly. I shouldn't let other people's opinions of me. That's none of my business. I keep saying that. I need to take that on board. Other people's opinions of me are none of my business. They're entitled to them. They can think them. They can tell me them. I wish they wouldn't. But yeah, like my 70s, Caroline says, thank you. Yeah, doesn't matter. If I'm happy in what I wear, then what does it matter for anyone else? Monique says, when I lived in Vancouver, BC, I worked and had so many shoes. Co-workers called me Imelda. Nice. I sold 90% when I moved to the country. Blundstone in the winter, Keen sandals in the summer. Yeah. I should have sold a bunch of mine when I moved to the Isle of Wight, because I very rarely wear them, because the Isle of Wight is all hill. But I can't bring myself to, and I keep buying more. Whoops. Unique says, I've just set a goal to sew 2 to 3 finished products per month during the school year. Fabric buying is an addiction that I refuse to confront at the moment. Absolutely. It's a completely separate and independent hobby of the actual sewing. And it should be ignored every now and again. Like, it's totally fine. Robin says, next time I'm over, I'll bring my Labyrinth game. It's D&D, but, you know, Jareth and Shiz, I even have the Fieries extension shudders. Lol. Oh, that's amazing. If you have room. Although you're posting Jillykins to me, so you might have room. Anyway, Caroline says, have a fab week all. I echo that sentiment. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been lovely. Hopefully the sound was slightly better with the beautiful color changing microphone. And I will see you next Sunday morning. And I will have a video for you, as I say, on pattern organization at some point this week. And there will be the $10 and $15 tier hangout for the Patreon peeps on Wednesday. So I shall see you all then for all of those things. Bye.